Hey guys, welcome back to Clash with Barndo. Today I've got an exciting replay. It's FPC Down Under versus FPC South. So regionals. It's something I put a little bit of a shout out before for Aussies and Kiwis. We're all under the one banner, and it's versus FPC South. It was our first organised war as a group, and it was shit hot fun. Absolutely amazing war, good fun. 86 to 85. Let's get in there and start having a look at some statistics. You can see 58 to 59 on the attack. So we actually had 2 missed attacks from our Town Hall 10, and the enemy had 1 missed Town Hall 9. So 26 to 25 on the 3 stars. That's where we got them pipped them at the post. 96 to 94% thereabouts. So also had an extra couple of percentage. Now we can have a look and see the bases. Barndo 81B actually took 2 Town Hall 11 attacks. 96% was the first one versus it. So quite lucky to hold there a couple of times. Pretty happy with that, of course. To hold any Town Hall 11 is nice. All of our other Town Hall 10s were tripled, all by Town Hall 11. So no Town Hall 10 3-star action there. FPC South, they had 2 hit downs, no opens from their Town Hall 9s, and it was 1 Town Hall 9 that missed it. For us on our side, I think we probably played very well at every level, and we didn't get any Town Hall 11 triples, but you can see some big percentages on their 1s and 2s. We had 4 Town Hall 11 versus Town Hall 11 attacks, because what we actually had was 2 Town Hall 10 versus 10 triples. Unfortunately, with our missed Town Hall 10 attacks, we didn't get to have a crack at the base number 7. I thought that was a 3-star, and I was keen for that. For us, we did have 1 Town Hall 10 hit down. That was actually me in the end. I had to hit because we had the miss, and instead of using our Town Hall 9s at the end, we made a decision to use those as base opens, and we had some pretty amazing opens for those guys, which resulted in a 3-star there on the bottom Town Hall 10, and then also it was an hit, I think, on the number 5, and then Dave had a pretty good replay. Town Hall 9, that was Judd. Just while I'm thinking about it, where are we? Juddy Judd, 77% 2-star. Absolutely smashed it. This was their top Town Hall 10. So, really exciting war. These kinds of things take a lot of coordination. Now, we had Coach with a 6-star war as hit downs on the 10s. 81B also had a 6-star. Now, one of those was a hit down as well on a 9. But then we had 4 Town Hall 9 6-star wars. Albert, Doom, Noz Zombie, and Anton down the bottom there. And, of course, Noz had, that was a fresh 6 stars. I'm going to show one of his attacks. The enemy, I actually did not check. We'll have a quick squizzy. Sorry, I'll go a bit slower so people can see. Dab, their number 1, had 2 hit downs, so he had a 6-star. Trig had a 6-star war as well. So, yeah, they had a couple of really good Town Hall 11s, and then a couple that probably struggled. Their Town Hall 10s didn't really go super duper, and they did need a couple hit downs, of course. So they've got only 6 stars. There you go. They're number 13, 14, 15... 17, Jesus, they had a few 6 stars. In the end, it was a 10 to 7 on the first hit 3-star count, and I think that's what got us over the line. For the Town Hall 9 being the better hitters, because when I looked through at bases that took extra 3 or more hits, Down Under, we had 6 bases that took 14 hits to clear, and South, they had 6 bases that took 21 attacks to clear. So we did have a couple of bases cause us trouble, but we did get more first hit 3 stars, and that's where it's come in line. I do think that our Town Hall 9s probably, even with our shitty queue time, I do think our Town Hall 9s probably got a pretty reasonable set out, and Sorry, looking at the wrong thing. Our Town Hall 9s did well. They got the attacks all done by something like the 16-hour mark, something like that. But it gave us a good amount of time for our 10s and 11s to get planning. Now, unfortunately, I think we probably pushed our 11s a little bit time-wise. Probably could have given them a little bit more time. And that's something we're going to work on. This was our first war. A scrim level 2 clan. It's got all the pains of not getting donate upgrades. You can only donate 5 at a time. There's no refund bonus, and people all want bowlers and all these kinds of things. So let's get in. We'll have a look. Where are we? Coach had a 6-star hit down. Let's have a look at his. So you can see this is an anti-bowler base. Obviously knew that the Tesla was there, so it's gone into it. Now, what's curious is this combo generally worked basing on around 6 healers, mass bowlers, insert heroes, and it's a double jump, triple rage. Sometimes you take that one freeze. So you can see what's happened here is he's gone in Houndloon in the CC. A good chunk of bowlers going into the inside with the 2 healers, and you can see a few bowlers walking on each side. Now the Queen, she's going to get held up on that Hound. That Loon's doing a bit of work. Oh, drops a payload on the old Warden and kills the Warden. So it definitely wasn't without its issues. This raid didn't have a second jump to be able to get into that Inferno, but just enough legs to get through. So Troll Tesla's in 3 of the corners. Great attack, coach. This is my first time meeting you in any wars at all. And yeah, 6-star war, first time. So what's really interesting about this setup for regionals is you're getting people from a whole different background. We've got Aussies and Kiwis together. Let's have a look at, I want to show DS's attack on number 8. You get a whole heap of people from different backgrounds, different clans, different levels and echelons of clans, and you know there's going to be little niggling things, but I think we pretty much held it together fairly well. You know, level 2 clan, it's fucking painful. You don't get the donate bonuses. So people have got to hop in and out and grab things and all these kinds of things. So this was an attack from DS. I'm pretty sure he's from the Hyde Goons. I'm not 100% sure where absolutely everyone comes from. I do know a lot of the players, but he does these attacks a little bit differently with the spread on those. And he's come in with the 2 jump, 2 rage, 1 freeze. And you can see he uses that first one to get into the Inferno. 2 rages, you get those off fairly early to get control of the base, and you can see then second jump to get into the second Inferno. It's a pretty simple strat, but it's a matter of reading the base, it's a matter of being able to control things, and sometimes shit goes wrong. So well done DS, this was a fresh hit Town Hall 10 3-star, and the only one for the war. So the other one there on number 9, I'm going to show the Town Hall 9 hit against it. And you can see here, all of his healers are gone. Only a couple bowlers going for it down the bottom there. But, you know, it's not like he's got max heroes or anything like that. So to pump out one of these attacks, absolutely great hit, mate. And pleasure to see you there. Now, let's grab a look at, it was Adam. Where are you, Adam? There we are. Now these guys, they had to swap their armies, Adam and Judd, at the end as we sort of asked them to hit these Town Hall 10s, and they were prepared to. You know, that's the kind of team play that's going to get wins when you're prepared to swap armies at the last minute. I had to swap Bando 81B 4 times in the last couple of hours to get my attacks out as the game changes and the role changes. So what we were after from Adam, you can see that it's a bit of an anti-bowler base. And I wanted to see from Adam if he could queen walk those 2 bottom air defences. That was the basic aim. So you can see he goes with the lightning set from the top 2 air defences, but then there's a couple of Troll Teslas that come out. What was interesting was he noticed it. He used his last archer down the bottom to test that out, and the Queen picked it up. So it was a Troll Tesla in each one. You can see there heat-seeking go for one of the dragons, so that was a pickup for later on in the map. And the clan castle starts to come out, all minions. There's one loon in the back end of it as well. Now you can see he's getting absolutely massive traction out of this Queen with 4 healers, and that way he doesn't need any rage spells or anything like that. Old Jimmy Bob up the top, he fights the enemy king, and you can see now that Queen, she's got a ground expo on her, but she's still going. She's an energizer. Absolutely massive traction. So this was the first hit on this base. It was an open to be able to see if there was cornered Teslas, and also what was around the top left hand side air defense. So what I'll do is I won't show the whole raid, but I'll show my bit of a, there it is, Bando 81B. I'll show why I wanted Adam to do what he did. And you can see the loon come out for the Tesla, and as soon as that's out, one bowler and you get the air defense. So the bowler goes onto the storage. That's going to get that air defense. So that's a 13 unit spaces to get that one air defense. That means with the raid, you can see the army composition that I've gone in. I've got an additional 3 rage, 1 haste, 1 poison on top of getting all of the air defenses down. I've only used the 3 healers, having seen his walk, and then replicated the exact walk that he did square for square. Made sure I had the extra Wizzy to pick up that air defense and smash the base. So absolutely fantastic to see our 9s working together with our 10s and getting these kinds of combos out. Now from the Town Hall 9 stages, we did see a lot of HGHB rating. It was probably, I think, around 8 of our 20 Town Hall 9 3-stars. Now, I wanted to show, where are we? This was Doom's re-hit on number 10. Now, there was a lot of mixed raids. We saw a couple of Hevahos. We saw a Heva Hobo. We saw a Dragon Holo. Then, what was interesting was there was some Queen Walk with some Vahos. You don't see them a lot, too much, in some of the wars that I've been in recently, the recent scrims, and it's refreshing to actually see Valks used again. So, as you know, the old HGHB raid is getting a smashing. It's nice to see some Valks thrown out again. So, you can see here, the Golem's going up top. That's going to get that Expo that's there, the Archer Tower. Old Jimmy Bob's going to push through. And the Queen. Massive traction from the Queen. The way she's going to go with all that extra herding for the buildings, she's going to push down in the bottom. Still has the ability. And thank you, Mother, for the rabbits. That's going to be a big fat 3 stars. So I'm not actually sure. I did ask people to find out how many Kiwis we had, because I think we are majority Aussie, but it's a mixed. It's Australia and New Zealand for the Down Under group, and definitely we have got more room to always have more people adding on the list. So if any more Kiwis out there, definitely hit us up, and we will see what we can do roster-wise. So coming into the regional, the World Cup, it's going to be in August, and there's going to be up to 4 wars for the successful teams. It's going to go through eliminations, and they're 30 versus 30, but I don't know going forward. I know I'd personally prefer to see bigger wars. We're talking about quite a large group of people. It's not just, 1 or 2 clans or some feeders and all these kinds of things. We're talking about, a region. So for us, Australia and New Zealand, there's not a huge amount of Australian scrim clans out there. I know at Aussie Addicts we do try, but we don't have a huge Town Hall 9 base. We get quite a few people help us out. And yeah, it's definitely cool to get these kinds of groups going. And I had a ball. It did have its little bits of fun along the way, and it's definitely going to be good to see the World Cup come August and how that's going to play out. So yeah, you can see here 7's gone with the Lightning Dragon Holo, and has absolutely nailed it. Ground expos. He's timed his hound perfectly. a few clean-up troops. It must have just been the one hound. So he's chosen to go with the extra archers, whizzies, instead of taking the second hound, because he didn't think he would need to tank that long, which was a good analogy. Now, where are we going to go next? Number 20 is what I want to have a look at. Number 20... Alpha. Now, Alpha's gone in with a Queen Walk Vaho that I was talking about. So, not too sure where Alpha's from. My first time meeting him. I did notice this wore quite a few more baby dragons from a few various people, getting good clears out of them. I've mentioned it in a couple of my other recaps about the values of baby dragons, keeping in mind their 10 unit space. Baby clan castle, so it's needed the poison and a rage and an ability. But yeah, the baby dragon, 10 unit space, does the damage of a wizard. So you've got to be careful you don't overspend with them. But a lot of the times they can get some really cool buildings. I love that king group there, the kill squad. Hogs come up from the top perfectly. Bit of bacon. Now, this was a fresh hit, as was Seven's last attack as well. Couple whizzies for clean-up. Still got a giant, which he's forgotten about. Must have been the scroll bar syndrome. They need to fix that, please. Supercell, fix our scroll bars. I do know some people use mods, not mods, I shouldn't say that word. Some people use apps that gives you that second line of display for your spells. It really needs to be brought in-game. Now, let's have a look at this White Wolf attack on number 22, Hiva Hobo. Now, what was interesting was it was a little bit of a walk on a couple of his units, but I like the Queen. He's going to get good traction out of that Queen. It's going to go in there, few point defences, couple wizard towers. Going to get held up on a couple of storages, but gets the clan castle. That's the key part. He wasn't sure what was in that. So, gets the clan castle. What was it? It was a witch, Valk, loon, and something else. And then he starts a bowler walk. 3 healers by the looks. It was 7 healers all up. Unfortunately, the bowlers split, and they go off and do all kinds of things. So maybe a couple of minions there might have been better, and throw the bowlers into the core group, because in the end they go off to the side and get chopped. But good jump, brilliant jump, 5-point jump in a war. You can see that opens up 4 cells. This is the only issue now, is that the healers are all going to get chopped up. They're all gone now, but you can just see an absolute shitload of Alks left. The Queen, she loses one of her healers. Lots of redheads. Still a little blue guy going for it. Thank you, Mother, for the rabbits. 3 stars for the White Wolf. Now, let's have a look at the hit on Sir Thomas. That's the one that missed his attack. Kind of looks like a bloody B2 bomber or something. So it's a bit of an interesting base. I've seen similar, I guess, but it was a bit of an interesting attack, this. This is you. He's from Above and Beyond, if I believe correctly. We did have a clan list, and I've seen something like there was 15 clans represented. Definitely good to get a mix. Now you can see the wall breakers go in there to get the Queen. The wall breaker's uncontested, which was a really good spot. That's meant he's not had to waste too many troops on getting scouts. Absolutely huge value out of that hog. Unfortunately needs another one. And that was good, because it's actually slowed down that Vaby clan castle. Now what was interesting was the choice of jumps here. So it's a Vaho second part, so Queen Walk with a Vaho, and does the jump to go into the midfield. I would have thought that he would have actually gone into that archer tower at, in the centre there, but second jump down the bottom. That's going to give him access to that bottom little section. It's a really weird looking base, and I'm sure people try that jump where they go into that other one. So you've definitely read this really, really well. All over Red Rover, 3 stars for you. Now let's have a look at one of Noz Zombie's Reddit Demons, I think he comes from. He's the leader. Pretty sure it's Demons. Now, this is the HB raid. Healers, Giants. Where are we going? Bowlers and Hogs, of course. Now, starts out with a poison, max level queen. That poison really does slow that queen down. That way you're not getting giants chopped up at the start. Dragon Loon CC. Bit of a null and void CC nowadays. Those bowlers, a few of those go walking. So Noz got 6 stars, 6 fresh stars. You can see he's only got lower heroes, so 1723. That's quite low by Scrim standards. A lot of the big clans run huge numbers of 30 heroes, and you can see he's gotten 6 fresh stars at 1723. It shows you the power of this raid, and this is why it is a lot of big clans common army at the moment, because it's so bloody good, it's so bloody versatile. Queen's down the bottom by herself there. Old Jimmy Bob's going nuts. There's still plenty left. Look at the amount of giants left there. It's just shit's crazy. No troll Teslas. Single giant bombs by the looks of it. So yeah, I mean, that's about it, I guess. Really good war. Appreciate the opportunity to be able to go in and to be a part of the Australian-New Zealand team. And FPC South, they had some great bases. Yeah, for our first war, really exciting, good fun, great crack. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the recap. Hope you had a bit of a laugh. And as always, subscribe, please, and clash on.